This TikToker is now facing up to 20 years in prison after storming a whole bunch of businesses in Arizona and pretending like he was working there. This happened a little bit over a year ago, but now you have new body cam footage and a whole bunch of witnesses coming forward, which really, paints the picture of how chaotic all of this was. So meet Heston Cobb. He's a 22-year-old from Tempe, Arizona, who went extremely viral. It was probably start of last year in the year of 2024? End of 2024 going into 2025. This kid was all over the place. He was pulling millions upon millions of views for his prank videos. And at his peak, he had over 1.6 million followers on TikTok and over 1.2 million followers on Instagram. And just his reels on Instagram had been seen over 700 million times. But when I covered him last year, everyone was still arguing, hey, should he be charged for this? Yes or no? Is this an overreach of the law enforcement to arrest him for this? I don't know. But last time I covered him, I think he was actually only facing 8 years. Now suddenly, a year later, he's facing 20 years. So clearly there's some new charges. So we're going to get into what's going on. But his early content was for the most part harmless. He would do very basic, low risk pranks. He would go into car dealerships and call the car salesman while he was standing inside of the dealership.
Is that one fully electric?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm interested.
All right, come on down.
You said you're here to win?
Okay, talk.
So, worst case scenario, he'd just get kicked out. But of course, when you do that over and over again, it stops being as funny because the reaction starts getting predictable. So then when the low risk stuff gets boring, that's when they have to up the stakes. And that's when they start flirting with some disaster. Because at some point between early and mid last year, Heston found a new format. So he would show up to some business in a uniform and say, hey, I'm a new supervisor. And he would just LARP like he worked there. Well, then he raised the stakes by also bringing a van full of friends also in uniform. So they also walked in and claimed they worked there.
I'm a different location. Let's get this ironed out. Go ahead and bring the guys in. You don't mind?
You're not even on the phone, dude. Come on, get out of the store.
See if I was on the phone or not. You guys can get to work. We're all good. Everyone get to work. If you guys want to go ahead and take over the lanes, get up.
Hey, out.
And this new format went extremely viral, so he started repeating it. And he did this at a Chipotle, a Jiffy Lube, a Pep Boys, and a few other businesses across Arizona. And the formula, at least for these bits, were pretty similar. Essentially, every time he would walk in with confidence, say he was some regional manager, here to monitor the performance and so on, and then bring in a whole bunch of people. And obviously, in situations like, the Pep Boys or Jiffy Lube and so on, there's some massive liability there when you have 15 random guys running into a garage with, heavy machinery and heavy equipment hanging above them.
I'm just going to be bringing in all my guys because you guys have been doing a really slow job. I've been getting multiple complaints. I'm from corporate, I told you. So this one, I'm calling in my guys and they're going to be working on all these cars. They're not? I think this is them right here. Come on, everyone. Come on. Everyone, get to work. Everyone, get to work. Get to work. Everyone. Yo, everyone, take that tire off.
So a lot of the backlash were people worried about that. And also just the fact that, people should have a right to do their job without being harassed by random prank channels or IRL streamers. But now in May of this year, a YouTube channel called EW Bodycam, they released a full video of the body cam footage of the investigation of this case. And this footage hadn't been made public until now. So that filled a whole bunch of gaps that I guess were open to interpretation or speculation before. Because the footage doesn't only just show the arrest, but it also traces a whole chain of events that led up to it. And this all apparently started months earlier. Then on top of that, it also includes interviews with the business owners and employees who are, I guess, on the other end of these pranks. And it all started with the first time that Heston came up in a police report. And this was at a Chipotle in Tempe in March of 2025. The manager by the name of Emma, she called it in after a group showed up wearing Chipotle branded hats and shirts, announced they were there to clean house because, I guess, of complaints from corporate, and directed each other around the kitchen, making it impossible for actual staff to do their jobs. And this is all while customers were inside the restaurant waiting for their orders.
I'm assuming you're Emma?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, I can show you videos.
You think this was like a TikTok thing?
It is a TikTok thing. I clocked it immediately. It was just harassing and just getting in the face and stuff.
Your personal sizes have been lacking, so I'm here to make sure you guys are staying in check. Go ahead and bring in the guys. No,
you guys need to leave.
You guys are not workers. These are my workers. No, these are my workers. I need everyone cleaning. Doing a great job, sir.
But Since no one was hurt, the officers essentially, documented the call but didn't file anything. So Heston pretty much just walked away free after that.
Do you want the incident documented, or since they're gone?
I mean, they're gone, so I guess it's fine. I don't know if we need to document it or not.
It's up to you. However you want it.
I mean, there's not much to do about it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Now, some people might have taken that as a big warning because, first time police get involved, maybe you should be like, okay, maybe I should not do pranks that could get the police involved, but I guess not. Maybe he thought, wow, we just got away with that, so let's do it again. What could go wrong? So on July 2nd, they also showed up to a Jiffy Lube location dressed in matching blue jumpsuits and carrying actual tools. So according to police records, this one apparently never made it to his public accounts, which also raises some questions. Okay, why did he not upload this? Did something bad happen that he was like, ooh, okay, maybe we shouldn't post this? I don't know.
All right, yo, what's going on over here?
Hey, it's a little word.
What the cop, dude? I got the police.
Hey, I'm on board.
Don't touch me, though. Okay, everyone, let's go. All right, let's go to the next stop. Well done.
I'm also interested in how he gets this many people to join him. Is he doing some sort of weird open casting call in Tempe, Arizona, and getting a bunch of university students to put on a jumpsuit and raid a Pep Boys with him? That's the only way I can think he can get that many people to go. So my question is, how much is he paying each person, which technically is risking, some sort of charge for a very dumb prank? But then the very next day, he hits 3 more businesses the same afternoon. So they were active. Maybe he was paying them by the hour, so they need to be really efficient this day. But one of these stores that he hit was owned by a guy named Dave, who later told investigators he believed it was only a matter of time before someone actually got hurt if this kept going on.
These idiots are going to do this to the wrong guys or a guy that's having a bad day, and they're going to get hurt.
And I guess he was right, because the last stop of the day was Pep Boys, and this is the one where things went wrong. 2 members of the group walked in first, and they fed the staff the same, we're from corporate line. Then the van pulled up outside, and everyone else poured out. And here they just pushed their way into the workshop with tools in their hands.
Have you guys seen these 2 before or anything?
No.
Or how many were there?
15?
15.
10 to 15 guys?
Whatever fits in that van. It was loaded.
Seriously?
Yes.
I will
But that
do
was
that.
scary. It was a full-size passenger van that holds 15 people.
Okay.
And there was a ton of them coming out. It was like a clown car, just one after another.
So the manager then grabbed a torque wrench and forced everyone out of the shop. But when they were fleeing in this van, apparently one of the employees ran up and smashed the windshield and 2 other windows. So in all the chaos, a technician reportedly got shoved out of the way, a store's tire iron apparently disappeared as well, and at least one customer's car had been up on a lift with people crawling underneath it. So yeah, not a good situation.
All of them holding tire irons, tools of some sort, weapons. And I was telling them, nope, nobody comes in. They forced their way in.
Did anybody touch you? Or did
Forced their way through.
push it all?
They
hit it all?
touched, yes, and pushed.
The push?
Yeah.
How did they push it?
It might not have been with hands, it could have been with shoulders, but I was moved out of the way so that they could gain access.
Right.
They were backing out, and Alex, the manager, was in front of the van. They started moving towards it, so I took the crowbar and I hit the windshield to get the driver to stop, and that's where I saw that, yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but it sounds like a very bad idea to be goofing around under a 3,000-pound car when you have no idea what you're doing. But regardless, 3 weeks later, police were outside of Heston's front door. So they showed up to the house with a signed search warrant, and essentially no one came forward, but they heard people were inside. Finally, Heston then shows up, and he was arrested on the spot.
Hey guys, we know you're inside. We have a search warrant for the residents. You have to come to the front door. I can hear doors opening and closing inside. I can hear all kinds of stuff moving inside. It's the police department. We have a search warrant. Yeah, open the door and I'll show it to you. We don't get to negotiate. Open the door and I'll show it to you. I have it here. Open the door and I'll show it to you. What's that? What's it recording? It's for the house. The house? I have a search warrant for the house. It's signed by a judge at the Superior Court. Who in particular are you looking for? You need to come outside. It doesn't matter who we're looking for. We have a warrant for the house. Come outside and I'll show it to you. Okay. Okay, I know what you're ready. Put your hands on your back. Step away from the door for me. We cover our back door. Yep.
So we have a search warrant for the house. Right now you're under arrest, okay?
So they went in to search the house. Apparently they found meta glasses, a whole bunch of random uniforms. You had outfits from Target, Amazon, UPS, Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's. Apparently they had a whole bunch of restaurants and businesses that were going to do these kinds of pranks on. Also, I didn't even know these outfits were that easy to buy. This guy's apparently a menace. They also found what appeared to be a personal journal with one entry written about 2 months before all this happened. And this kind of sets the tone of, I guess, where his head was at, because he was essentially saying that he just needed to make viral content, whatever the cost is, because he wanted to provide for his family. And I mean, that's a very human emotion right there, wanting to provide for your family, but still choosing to make this kind of content extremely risky. It just sucks, because if you have to essentially harass a, complete stranger and an innocent person who's just minding their own business, either in public or just doing their own business within their own business, it's bad. Because again, I believe in the simple right that we should be allowed to exist in public or do our job without being harassed by some prank channel or IRL streamer trying to use you for content. But in his court appearance the next day, the judge gave him a $15,000 secured bond and laid out the conditions. No returning to any of these locations where incidents took place, no contact with any witnesses or complaints, and specifically, no contact with any of the other people who have been a part of these pranks.
So because of that, I do have some concerns that you pose a safety risk to the general public. As a result of that, I am going to impose a $15,000 secured appearance bond. If that bond is posted, you will be released from custody. You will then be responsible for getting yourself to all of your court hearings. Regardless of whether you post that bond, you will be ordered not to return to the scene where any of these alleged offenses took place. You cannot have contact with any complainants or witnesses. You are also prohibited from having contact with any alleged co-defendants.
And within 2 days, he was out on bond. Now, since he was first arrested, the numbers attached to this case have actually moved around a bit, because remember, last time I covered him, it was like 8 or 9 years. Now he's suddenly facing 20 years. So what happened? Well, apparently in his initial court appearance, the day after the arrest, the charges were actually 1 count of third-degree burglary, 2 counts of criminal impersonation, 5 counts of disorderly conduct, and 5 counts of criminal trespassing. Add all those up, you have a potential max sentence of 9 years. But then the case moved forward through grand jury proceedings. So when the formal indictment came through, things had been restructured a little bit. So now you have 3 counts of burglary in a 3rd degree, 3 counts of criminal impersonation, 5 counts of disorderly conduct, and 2 counts of criminal trespassing in a 2nd degree. So if you run the sentencing math in Arizona on that, now he's suddenly facing 20 years in prison. But important keynote here, since Heston has pretty much no criminal history from what I can see before this, odds are he's not getting anywhere near 20 years. In my last video, I was speculating that he was probably going to get off with a whole bunch of fines, maybe some probation. But now, since the charges are a little bit more intense, he could get something, but again, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near 20 years. Regardless, though, he pleaded not guilty and his trial is set for July of 2026. And this case has left people very divided, because a lot of people are like, they were harmless pranks, no one was really injured. A lot of other people are like, well, there's some serious health code violations there. There's some massive liability risk, and the employees said they were frightened. So you have a whole bunch of employees that were just scared at their work when they were trying to do their job. And then on top of that, if suddenly equipment is missing from your business after something like this happens, that's just not ideal. But as of right now, it seems like he's lost his TikTok account. His Instagram and YouTube are still up, however. And last time I covered this video, Aiden Ross was also publicly, I guess, backing him and or sponsoring his defense.
Hey, Covum, should I help out that TikToker, Heston James, who got caught up in 9 years in jail for being a prankster?
I didn't hear about that story.
My lawyer asked me right now if I should help.
Who's that, chat? Is he a W or L?
The whole chat said yes. Guys, here's my thing. There's fists and people that deserve to go to jail for a long time and they get out less than him. 9 years for a TikTok? He's a kid. I'm gonna help him. Let's help him out.
So it'll be interesting to see if Aiden is still doing that right now. So hey, this will be an interesting case to follow and see what actually happens and what more comes out. So other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.